For the first time on the Dafuk Boom channel, we saw a live broadcast showing us various locations from the series that had been shown in previous episodes, from the very first to the most recent. It was very interesting because there were some unusual phenomena happening, and there were also a lot of details that I would like to show you today. To be honest, this is an unexpected move from Dafuk because we haven't seen anything like this from him before. Yes, as it turned out, it was all planned for the effect of showing the worst episode, the spin-off of the Skibidi Toilet series. If you haven't seen it, here's a review. But today's video is not about that. We are going to find out what exactly Dafuk wants to show us through this broadcast, what this whole broadcast is a reference to, and what inspired Dafuk to create this broadcast. We will also speculate on when episode 80 might be released and discuss information from other YouTubers. We will also try to understand who is watching and scrolling through the video recording. However, let's take it one step at a time. As usual, before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and then we'll get started. First, let's discuss this 3-day broadcast, which showed us various locations from the series. The earliest episode shown here is 4, and the latest is 78. There weren't that many episodes shown during the entire broadcast, only 15. As for the broadcast itself, its content is very reminiscent of the broadcast of the game Brawl Stars from Supercell, which was called WKBRL and lasted almost a year and a half. I suggest we analyze it to understand the essence of what is happening. The broadcast was launched in April 2020, but we only found out about it in May, when a strange device that emitted signals was spotted on one of the buildings in an update. A little later, some people guessed that it was Morse code, and after deciphering it, they got the following: WKBRL. No one understood what it meant, but one user entered these letters into YouTube's search bar and found the broadcast. Nothing interesting happened after that, except for some music that was later used in animations and updates, as well as some weird voices. And then in mid-September 2021, the broadcast ended. Dafuk also changed the description of the broadcast 3 times. Initially, it was camera online, then it was changed to observation continues, then to anomaly detected, and finally escalation permitted. Most likely, this is not just a broadcast showing various places where battles took place, but a separate story. And I even have a guess as to who exactly is broadcasting these images. A long time ago, Dafuk released an animation, which has now been deleted, where his character, while trying to leave the city, encountered a squad of cameramen we already know, led by one TV man, who tried to stop him. But even so, the character still couldn't escape, as the city he was in was surrounded by a wide chasm. Most likely, it is these cameramen who are now broadcasting these locations to us, because if you look closely at each location, the camera is broadcasting from a height that is not so great, either standing on the ground or on a small hill. As for the final description of the broadcast, which reads, "Camera online, escalation allowed," it becomes clear that the escalation is already happening, because new locations that have not been shown before are appearing on the broadcast. That is, there are more and more of these cameramen. Here I noticed another detail, namely incomprehensible sounds during the broadcast. There are 2 sounds, one of which is very similar to a beep or some kind of medium duration vibration, and its purpose is not yet clear, but the second sound is very familiar and very similar to the teleportation of TV men. Most likely, this is the same TV man that was shown in that animation together with the cameraman, and now he is watching what is happening in long-abandoned locations. Many of you may now think that these are other TV men from the Alliance, but this is definitely not the case, because their condition at the moment is very poor, and they should definitely not stick their necks out, let alone try to fight. Also, Dafuk had a timer running on the broadcast, which is about to end, and many assume that it is a countdown to episode 80, but that was not the case. It was preparation for Skibidi Toilet, emergence. Let's also touch on the anomalies that were mentioned in the second description of the broadcast. For example, when the timer showed 29 hours and 32 minutes, there was a strong distortion of the camera, and in one of the scenes where we are shown the destroyed cameraman base, the fire from the central entrance to the base disappears for a few seconds. Another such moment is a scene in Japan, in which a chair flying somewhere is clearly visible. Most likely, it was performing a primitive reconnaissance role on the orders of the secret agent. Also, in one of the moments when Alaska was being broadcast, there were noticeably unloaded mountaintops that were slightly further away from the rest. And in the broadcast from the scene of the events in episode 18, light appeared in several windows of one of the houses at once, which in itself is very strange, because there has been no electricity in this location for a very long time. Among the minor anomalies here is that in some shots, the cars keep changing colors, and in the dining room scene, an egg appears and disappears on the table, remaining motionless. Summing up this broadcast, we can say that Dafuk is very fond of such riddles and hidden spoilers, so all that remains is to wait until these spoilers are revealed through this very broadcast. Now let's discuss what we know from some YouTubers. We know 2 facts about the new series. First, the new episodes will be made using Unreal Engine, not Blender, as many thought. Most likely, Dafuk was forced to abandon Blender because due to the large number of objects in several frames, textures can become blurred and soapy. Unreal Engine also has a number of advantages over SFM, such as a visual programming system that allows you to set the logic, behavior, and interaction between objects without any code. In other words, objects are connected to each other by conditional lines that are not visible in the original animation, but their properties remain. This engine also has a visualization feature that allows for realistic lighting and complex materials, as well as particle and destruction simulations. It would seem that everything should have gone perfectly, but unfortunately, the first series of Skibidi Toilet, Emergence, was a failure, and now we have 2 options. Either the project will be shut down, or everything will be fixed in the second episode. Of course, there is a third option, where the viewer's criticism will not be taken seriously, and the episodes will continue in the same quality, but we hope that the third option will not happen. A long time ago, Dafuk said that all episodes starting with episode 80 would be epic and intense, and there would be many unexpected secret twists, and perhaps all of the above together would even restore the former interest in the series. But as I said in the previous video, don't be upset about the new series. All is not lost yet. The last chance is episode 80, because if it doesn't live up to viewers' expectations, half of the fandom will simply leave, thinking that all is lost. Skibidi Toilet has always been in touch with viewers, because there were local memes, viewers gave names to some characters, for example. Viewers came up with the name for this agent, and now his official name is Secret Agent, and that's just a small part of it. Yes, it's difficult to make a decision now if you have a contract with a large company, but a compromise must be reached because the author of Skibidi Toilet, Dafuk Boom, has been working on this project for more than 2 years and knows his business and his audience very well. 2 days have passed since the publication of Emergence, and so far everything is quiet. There has not even been any reaction from Dafuk Boom. There was only criticism from analysts such as myself, Iron Cameraman, and others. The most vocal statement came from Dafuk Boom's assistant, who helped him with the particles for over a year, HoviTube. Here is his opinion on the new series.
I have received many private messages asking about the new Skibidi Toilet, and I don't mind being candid, as I am one of those who participated in the creation of the original series. The UE team that worked on it did a good job with the hex models, recreated flex controls from SFM in UE, and I respect their attempts to recreate the original style. The surprisingly poor ratio of likes to dislikes is evident from the top comments. The episodes in SFM were more intense, more impressive. The first-person elements made you feel like you were being attacked from all sides by characters with new advanced upgrades. The camera shake was sharp and accompanied by 100% unique sound design. None of this was conveyed authentically, but what's even sadder is that people like Strider, Verlance, Zakdor, Deer, No Skill Clutch, and many others devoted a huge amount of time to creating a community that made recreating the original style accessible to teenagers with crappy computers who came home from school feeling depressed, turned on SFM, and lit up with energy, coming up with ways to achieve the level of mastery of Dafuk Boom. I don't want Boom to burn out and overwork himself. Hell, he can quit SFM and just do directing. God bless him. But he could use a community that has been recreating his style down to the smallest detail for years, not people who don't even match the quality of the original series. I don't mind a series that builds on Laura but has a different style. Some people speculated that Houdini would be used. That would be pretty cool. I can step away from the role of particle designer. I'll be fine. I just want YouTube animation to move in the right direction. Hopefully, the next episode of Skibidi Toilet, emergence will improve in light of audience criticism.
Let's hope that the Invis will listen to the audience and Dafuk Boom and do everything properly, and not like an advertisement or collaboration. After all, at the moment, the episode looks like a collaboration with the game Fortnite, and even the animation in the game was better. Okay? Enough criticism. Let's wait for episode 80, and if you want to stay up to date with all the news, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell. And as always, this is your super cameraman. See you very soon. Bye, everyone.